rap-ish. I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list. Hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu. And I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it
I
for
hate these
us.
average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete. I'm a verbal athlete, deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
I just wanna live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
Grand Rising and happy Friday to all of you out there. Welcome to the Morning Update Show. It is going to be a phenomenal show for you all today. The sun is out and we're feeling the vibes. You know me and my guy Big O are out here enjoying the time already. What up, Big O?
Trey Holiday.
Hey.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
Feel Good Friday.
Feeling good already. Huh?
Yeah, man, and we're back outside here at Pier 62 down here on the waterfront. Man, what a nice view.
Yeah.
Feels good out here, lots of space.
Absolutely. I pulled up like, ooh, we got a whole shebang out here. Y'all have no idea. There's lots of people behind the scenes making all this happen.
Nah, great, definitely great production setup. Good morning. Want to welcome everybody to the Morning Update Show and remind you that right now is the perfect opportunity for you to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald, as well as KBCS 91.3 out at Bellevue College. Also, want to remind everybody that you can listen to the Morning Update Show anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast. They're putting our SoundCloud link right there in the comments right now. But you can also go to Google, Spotify, iTunes, and catch up with the Morning Update show. You know, people are listening from all over the world. It's crazy. That's the thing I'm excited about now, is going and looking at the podcast stats.
Yeah. Every time you describe them here, I'm like, whoa, what is going on, Finland? I love it. But you know what I'm saying? It's a great thing, because when we diversify how people can get a hold of all this culturally relevant news, it's a beautiful thing to see the audience grow like that. Oh,
No, definitely. And this is our last day on the Pride shirt promo here. I think you'll see it right there. What a great way to support Black-owned independent media while looking cool and showing your pride. You can go to whereweconverge.com/shop and pick up one of our Pride shirts. Where the inventory's dwindling. We're almost out of there. And big shout out to Chip Phillips, rocking the Pride shirt out here on set today.
yeah, absolutely. You know, I had to get my pink one before they were gone. I saw that, I saw that inventory dwindling. I said, hold on, I got to make sure I get on with the pink, man. You guys go ahead and support Converge by copping a Pride shirt.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody, we're giving a sneak preview. It's all no excuses next week. You know what I'm saying? We're rocking the no excuses hard. Always like to remind people that the vaccine for you is free. It's free anywhere in the state. But focus really here in King County. Man, if you want a vaccination, you can go get a vaccination. We put a link there in the comments, free of charge to you. Also, usually you can select from Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson. 2-shot, 1-shot, although now they're saying on one of them might be 3-shot. It's a cold world out there, but you know what I'm saying? The vaccination is freely available throughout King County.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great thing that we're keeping the message alive. I know people are still, figuring out, hey, where can I go get it? Where is it accessible to me? Really, King County's made it very accessible. So I'm glad we're keeping that message out there, Oh.
Yeah, no, they have. They have. They've made it very accessible here. Before we've got Besa Gordon back there in the green room. We've got some more great news going on with Besa. But it's a trip, man, being down here on the waterfront, huh?
Yeah, it really is. As we've been talking about it in terms of our promotion for it, this whole time, it just takes me back to my childhood. All the things that we used to come down here and do. And really, it was such a treat to come down to the waterfront, to be so close to the water. And I think that when we talk about the opportunities we have as, folks from King County right here in Washington State, we have beautiful landscape to remind us of the beauty of creation. And honestly, man, this view down here is amazing. Oh,
yeah. No, I remember being a kid down here, and we'd be on the waterfront, and this was always a nice getaway, and it was always inexpensive getaway too. Especially living in the Central District, the waterfront was always very close. When I was a kid, I guess I'm trying to date myself here, and maybe the gray hairs in my beard are already doing it for me. But they used to have a streetcar.
yeah.
And you take the streetcar down here. I mean, it was such a great trip. And then sometimes, it was a getaway. My mom, she'd take us over there on the ferry. And it was a great ferry ride then, because you could just sail and come back. You didn't have to disembark. You could stay on the ferry. And you got away from the city without getting away from the city. And just walking up and down here on the waterfront. If we were lucky, we got a Frankfurter.
Yeah.
We had to be real good, man, to get one of them Frankfurter hot dogs. But it's lots of great memories down here in the waterfront. And so, like for somebody like me, I've always felt that this is my waterfront.
Yeah.
I've always felt part and parcel of it, because growing up here in Seattle and growing up here in the Central District, I've never felt that this wasn't my waterfront.
I agree with you. Oh, no matter how much the landscape has changed with all of the development, this is really a part of our lived experience here. And for me, growing up as a young Seattleite, I really understand it in my adulthood, how to appreciate all this beauty. And you're right, man, this is always going to be a part of, our lived experience. So for me, I want to make sure I give that experience to my kids. I mean, that's really what it's about. You know what I mean? The next generation understanding that this is also their waterfront. Oh.
Right, and it's also important, too, with the shifting demographics here in the Seattle area, a lot of people don't have the lived experience that we have here on the waterfront. And I think, a lot of times if you come into any city, you might have assumptions or thoughts about, is this a place for me? Is this not a place for me? And everything else. So I realize and acknowledge that we have to do a job here as well as letting people know. Especially we got a lot of transplants that are here in the market, and some people have just never experienced the waterfront. And this is your waterfront. I just want to keep reinforcing that, man. You're welcome here. And if you come down here to the waterfront, man, just tell them Big O sent you. Like you're very you're very welcome here. And I talk to the city organizations all the time, and the thing is growing up here, we grew up with rituals and traditions. Rituals in our own community, saying that are still here, like the Black Community Festival or Emoja Fest, and some that have gone away over the years, and some city rituals and traditions, the Sea Fair, the hydros, the lighting of the Macy's Star, or it used to be the Bon Marché Star, which unfortunately that's got. So some stay, some go, but the best thing is the waterfront presents an opportunity for people to create new traditions and new rituals. Big D was just here. We were talking about this very pier back in the day. My mama's here. My mom, remember when Anita Baker was down here? Yeah, this used to be summer nights at the pier.
That's
Erica
right.
Badu, by the way, Miss Badu was right here on this very same pier.
Yeah, India Ari too, man.
India
I saw
Ari?
that, man. It was
Yeah.
nothing like coming
And-
down here and seeing them and that talent with the sunset,
Right.
man.
Right.
Beautiful.
And so all those, the previous traditions and rituals are no longer there. It presents a new opportunity right here on a new waterfront for people to come and create new traditions.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why it's so important that folks bring their kids down here. I mean, again, you're right. When you talk about lived experience not being felt by all or being experienced by all, it's important that we be able to bring that experience to our next generation so that they too can see themselves as, man, me and my friends are going to, instead of going to the malls, we're going to go down to the waterfront, man. We're going to scrap our change together. We're going to do something, together down here. Maybe get on the Ferris wheel. There's plenty of stuff to do down here.
All right, so they said Besa is ready in the green room. Oh yeah, D'Alessandro, please bring in Besa Gordon.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Besa.
Hey. What's up,
It's so
Besa?
pretty. I'm tired.
Oh,
I'm tired. I have a lot going on today. It's just one of those Fridays.
Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
well, we're down here on one of your favorite routes. Besa said that a lot of times she walks home down here through the waterfront.
I do.
Stopping by a lot of the shops and stuff here. Well, it's Feel Good Friday, and we just got a message that you are on the clock, so we won't keep you too long. But you got some big news, and for some of our newer viewers out there, Besa Gordon has a show right here on Converge. It's called The Rewind with Besa, every other Saturday at 2 o'clock. She's also on air at Cube 93 here in Seattle, jamming 107.5 down in Portland, and you just got added down in Fresno, California, right?
Yeah, I just got it added onto B95 in Fresno, California. It's like their number one hip hop station out there. So I'm super excited. I start on Sunday. Oh, thanks for the claps. I know that's right.
Yeah, we got claps and
All the
snaps.
love down
We
here.
had a motion. Did a motion graphic go up? Oh, okay. So you can read more about this. You can go to whereweconverge.com/blog, and you can see the article right there about Besa and the power moves that she is making. Besa, it's Feel Good Friday, and we know that you got to run here, and we're gonna hop on with our folks from the Friends of the Waterfront, but we got a few messages here that we wanted to make sure and send you.
We got to give a great congratulatory shout out to my girl, Besa Gordon, who is hitting another set of airwaves down there in Fresno, California at B95. Congratulations, Besa. So happy to hear that other stations in other states are really understanding how your Black Girl Magic is going to benefit their audience. Congrats to you, sis.
Besa Gordon is like straight up lighting up the West Coast. Here on Cube 93 and here in Seattle, Washington, jamming 107.5 down in Portland, Oregon, and now B95 in Fresno, California. You know what I'm saying? Not too bad for a girl from the Central District. Besa, your whole Converge Media family is so proud of you. Stay on it. Stay after it. We're here to uplift you every step of the way.
Aw, thanks, guys.
All right.
You know we love you.
Yeah, congratulations, Besa, man. And, like I said, we're here to continuously uplift you, and we're so proud of the work that you're doing at Converge and also over there at iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Thank you. I can't wait to come down there tomorrow. It's so pretty.
It's
Oh,
so pretty.
Yeah,
Yes.
and before we before we let you go, Besa is co-hosting tomorrow the block party right here at the waterfront from 4 to 7. Come out. We got space for everybody. Come out here tomorrow, 4 to 7. You know what I'm saying? You can congratulate Besa in person. Besa, we know you got to run. It's a big radio day for you, but you know what?
Yeah, I'm filling in for Super right now.
We can continue to give you your flowers right now. So good. Have a good day.
We love
Thanks.
you, Besa.
Love you guys too.
Congratulations.
Bye, guys.
All right. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're talking to Sarneshea Evans from Friends of the Waterfront. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey, everybody. We all know that COVID-19 has had a major impact on everything this year, even energy bills. Puget Sound Energy understands the ongoing struggle that's facing its customers. And this is why they're offering a COVID bill assistance program of up to $2,500 per qualified customer. If you or anyone you know are currently behind on energy bills, please contact PSC today to discuss all of the assistance options available. Visit psc.com/COVID to learn more.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington State are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free, and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show, live here from Pier 62 on the waterfront. Right now, we're joined by Sarneshea Evans, Community Impact Manager, Friends of the Waterfront. How are you?
Oh, well, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Excited to have you. No clouds in the sky, no rain. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, you guys feel free to invite us here anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to leave. You can stay here, and I'll go home, leave you here.
There it is. So, man, why don't you tell everybody what's Friends of the Waterfront all about, and then what does a Community Impact Manager do?
Yeah, absolutely. So Friends of Waterfront Seattle, we're still a fairly new organization, and we are partnering with the city of Seattle to reimagine the waterfront. And so you all mentioned incredible events that happened here in the past, and so just really changing the landscape to make it more inviting, create more connectivity from Pike Place Market, the downtown corridor, Central District, International District, Pioneer Square. So it's much easier for folks to get from home, from their neighborhoods, from the communities down to the waterfront. And so we're partnering with the city, Seattle Parks and Recreation, to have programming, do some fundraising to make sure that the events are accessible, they're free, and something that really is really community-minded, community-centric.
Well, you know, I mean, as you say that, I think you guys have already, I've seen you guys out there talking to community groups, talking to community organizations, people that are really impactful in their communities. And so you guys are being very intentional about how you guys are building this. Let the audience know about some of the background work that it takes to actually bring forth what you're talking about.
Yeah, I would say that the number one thing is just relationship building, conversations. And in my dream world pre-COVID, it was door knocking, just really making yourself accessible, being a face in all parts of the Seattle community, South King County, knowing that a lot of what we want to happen on this pier, we want to be community generated. We want ideas. We want folks to bring everything that they're doing in other parts of the city here, as opposed to us just coming up with ideas, because that's not fun, it's not creative, and it doesn't really create those relationships that we want to see. And that's a huge part of my position and part of our community engagement, is just to be a face, be hands and feet on the ground everywhere, so that we're not operating in a silo or expecting people to just come to us.
How important is it that people are aware that this waterfront, really is for everybody. Um, that's sometimes that's the feedback that we're. And it's not just the waterfront. That sometimes people, different communities feel that way. They also feel that way about sometimes the downtown corridor and everything else. So how intentional is Friends of the Waterfront in trying to reach different communities and letting them know this is their space as well?
Yeah, one thing that we have been doing and want to really emphasize is history. Like that is something that we all have in common. Despite good, bad, ugly, the waterfront is incredible in that there's so many different cultures, communities whose, you know, relatives have worked in this space. So like even thinking about the aquarium and San Juan Dock behind us, like there's so many spaces where folks have lived, our indigenous community, this being their space, their home. Like there's so many ties, no matter where you live, where you are coming from. Someone in your family, someone from your background, your community has been in this space, has made an impact. And that to me is what is a great way to bring people in. It's like, this is your space. The folks who came before you were here, and to really honor them and make those connections to those past events. Some of those folks being here to either bring some traditions back to this space, start new traditions, but really create a lot of those memories that have happened in the past. And so really focusing on the past, thinking about the present. And you mentioned for family, for future children, just really making sure that a lot of what happens here is reflective of all the good that has happened in this space.
Well, I think it's important too, and when you talk about the work that you've been doing and your team and others at Friends of the Waterfront have been doing, what are some of the things that really excite you about some of the upcoming opportunities and possibilities for what you guys are gleaning from by building those connections and relationships?
Well, some of my colleagues will talk more about our programming, but for us, it's literally just day-to-day conversations. And actually being down on the pier, like Lady A was here one day, and just being able to have a conversation, be excited, and be a familiar face and have conversations about what's upcoming, how can we promote your work, how can we really be a part of all the incredible things you're doing. So for us, it's just day-to-day conversations, and that's what gets us excited, as opposed to really being behind a computer screen or coming in contact with tourists, which is great. For me, it's seeing folks who are in community, folks who are all over the city, either performing, creating art, just serving community. But for us, it's those conversations like that. To me, and for our community engagement team, is the most important thing, is to connect, and build those relationships without coming to folks with an agenda or anything on our mind. Just wanting to create a family, extend our friends' family.
Yeah, that's exciting indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a look at a few things here. The first slide we'll put up is the overall footprint here, and the footprint of the waterfront, I guess, goes the distance of the waterfront. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the overall waterfront project is about 20 acres, 13 blocks, and extends as far south as Pioneer Square, the Stadium District, and it goes as far north as Belltown, a little bit short of the Olympic Sculpture Park. But the entire corridor area will look completely different in terms of there will be extended pedestrian walkway, bike lanes, a lot more greenery, but in so many spaces for folks to gather in more like open space parks. And that is a huge part of the project that we're excited for, just like more accessibility, more places for folks to gather, as opposed to feeling like you have to huddle on the sidewalk and really navigate oncoming traffic. So that's a huge part of it.
Right, and this other one here, this is an overlay. I didn't realize this. You guys are planning to connect, right? Basically, it looks like from the Pike Place area down here to the waterfront.
Yeah, so in 2017, Pike Place Market finished their market front area, and so that's been completed. And as part of the Overlook Walk, the aquarium's adding a second building, which I think they'll be calling Overlook. They're going to call it Ocean Pavilion, and a part of that there will be a land bridge that's about the same height as the viaduct, so it will allow folks to move seamlessly from Pike Place Market down to the aquarium and then further down to the waterfront without needing to navigate stairwells, elevators, and crossing these streets. So yeah, more connectivity from the city down to the waterfront.
And so the Bluff Walk, that's the connecting walkway there?
Yes, so that area, they just create more spaces for folks to gather, hang out, have the views without being on the viaduct, stuck in traffic, and trying to navigate that space.
Right. I got one more here. Oh, this is, I like this rendering here. This is the Salish Steps.
Yeah, so the Salish Steps, it would be the final portion of Overlook Walk. So you've already crossed over Alaskan Way, and as you head either down the steps or the elevator that's adjoining to the Ocean Pavilion building, it's just like a beautiful amphitheater space for folks to sit, if you want to walk around the area, but just create a space for folks to sit down and enjoy the view without needing to spend money or do anything extra. It's just a place for us to gather, and part of the programming that will also serve as another space for music and other events. So just more park space, more places for great activities, events to happen.
Right. And what's the timeline? So we see now Pier 62 is here. It's open.
Yeah.
Feeling good, looking good. This real ambitious project that you guys have going on, what's the timeline for completion?
So the goal right now is to have everything completed, this including Pier 58, the walkways, the Overlook Walk, the aquariums, Ocean Pavilion. All this should be done around 2024. So right around the corner.
Wow. You know, it is exciting indeed. I think so much of what you guys are really doing is super intentional. And it probably took, you know, new eyes, a new look, new innovative measures to make things happen. I just got to ask you, how has it been for you to bring your energy to such a project that is going to be monumental for the city?
That's a good question. It's hard to say in this moment, especially since Pier 62 was just completed last year and we were doing a lot of work on Pier 58. And so it was just like us being really creative and just trying to navigate until some of these spaces are online. And I think for me, I don't really get excited until we have events and they're happening in real time. And I'm able to see how folks react to the space. And so for me, it's happening in real time. It's hard to get excited about planning, but being on the pier, like being with you all today, for instance, it's like, it's exciting. I'm seeing you, we're able to touch the space, we're able to walk around, and it's a very different feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, good stuff. Any last things here before we let you go? You want people to know?
No, I'm just excited that Pier 62 is here, and with COVID being less stressful than it has been, this creates a beautiful space for anyone in the community to come down. If you just want to walk around, enjoy the view, sit, chat, have lunch, just come enjoy the space. And I'm really excited for all the programming that we have coming up, and excited for my colleagues to talk more about that.
All right, Sarneshea Evans, Friends of the Waterfront, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff. We're gonna take a quick break right now. Look at you getting all kinds of claps here and everything. Huh? This is good stuff. When we come back, we're joined by Yoon Kang O'Higgins. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. Right here from Pier 62 at the Waterfront, having a good time here. Now we're joined by Yoon. How are you?
Hi, good.
Welcome. Well, it's like we're welcoming you to like your set though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like this is your
This is my
hangout
office.
here. Yeah, this is your office for sure. Man, but welcome to the Morning Update
Thank you
Show.
so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, Yoon Kang O'Higgins.
Yeah.
All right. And you're the Senior Programs Manager
I
at
am.
Friends of the Waterfront.
Mhm.
So we're going to let you tell everybody, what is it? because you know these terms these days, it's ambiguous. It's like we say, people say community. They're like, community, what's
does that
this?
mean?
You're like, well, okay, who's the community though? So senior programs manager, what does
Yeah.
that mean?
Yes. So I started about a year ago. So started in the middle of COVID. And so what that has meant in terms of what does programming look like, as you said earlier, it's here we are, right? Broader Seattle, we're just at this cusp of a lot of things have happened. We're looking forward, and it's figuring out what's our story that we're going to tell here at the waterfront. What does that mean? Working with communities. What is that? As you said, what does community mean? What does that look like on a day-to-day experience for our visitors, right? How do we celebrate Seattle? No other city is celebrating Seattle. How do we celebrate Seattle? How do we work with different artists, creatives? What does it mean to play here? What does it mean just to have moments of reflection here? What does it mean to come to an event so that like 20, 30 years from now, you're like, remember that thing we did at the waterfront?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. I mean,
So
that's what
all
we're
of
talking
that.
about now.
Yeah, so all of
Look at
that.
Trey over there smiling, huh?
Hey,
What
because
was
it was
you
good
at an event here 20, 30 years
Yeah,
ago?
no,
She
yeah.
said that. You started getting big,
Well,
Trey.
the thing is that we were talking about our history, talking about our childhood, and it really merged for me in young adulthood of
Yeah.
just being able to have that freedom, right?
Yes.
I had my job, had my little coin purse, right?
Right.
And I was able to, come here and celebrate. And so for you, Yoon, Sarneshea was talking about connecting
Yeah.
a lot with community and
Yeah.
really being innovative about what you guys are doing in terms
Yeah.
of your approach on programs.
Yeah.
How has that been for you?
Yeah, so it's a learning process for sure. I mean, it's for me. Every day I'm grateful that I get to be here. It's such an honor because it is making such a huge impact on the future of Seattle. This is, there's a big cruise ship here. There's thousands of people who will pass by here, but it's what does it mean for the folks who live here, right? So I just want to highlight a couple things that happened during COVID because I think that speaks a lot to our approach to programming. So you'll meet Takiyah soon, but we started a artist in residence program, and the idea there was how do we bring in local talent who understand what's happening here, right? So you have Takiyah Ward, who right before this residency with us, she had just, led the Black Lives Matter mural happening over in Capitol Hill. And so thinking about how do we bring that experience and that genius into understanding what's happening here? It's really site specific, right? We're here at the water. It's where the land meets the water. That's, it's both a real site, but it's also thinking about how is that symbolically so many opportunities, right, of like where these edges meet. And I feel like Takiyah did that beautifully. She'll talk more about that. We had another program that we filmed here called Reflections, and we work with groups. We work with both Indigenous and Black artists, performers, artists like Kamisha Turner, who did an I Am. Wasn't necessarily a performance, but more of an event, more of a meditation here, thinking about the Black women experience, looking at Indigenous communities, because we're on Indigenous land, right? This it's layered here, it's complex, but at the waterfront.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's just like being in the Mariners game when the train
Yeah.
comes
There
by.
you go.
It's part of the stadium. The ferry part of the set.
Right? I mean, that's real. So at the waterfront, we can both think about and have these moments of, because we're people, we're complex, we're all these things. We can have a yoga class, you can play soccer, but you can also be here and have programming, conversations, events that also highlight what has happened here as a way to really think about, so what does that mean for us right now in the present and into the future, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, this is good stuff. So basically, it seems like a big part of your role is the comprehensive programming.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of overall programming direction is going to
Yeah.
be inclusion? It's going to be inclusive. It's
Yeah.
going to be intentional. It's going to bring in as many different kinds of people to make as much use of this space.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think what's important too in thinking even about the artist resident, we didn't ask Takiyah to make an artwork. We asked her to help us think about how to bring artists in, and I think that's really important with working with partners. It's not like do a thing. It's come here and help us think about it. The process is way more important than what happens at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
I know Trey
Right.
gonna jump on that one.
Yeah, well, because I mean,
we
the
don't
thing
see
is,
it.
well, we don't. You're right. Oh, you were about to say it, but so we were about to say it both at the same time. We don't see that often enough. And we talk about what
does it really mean to be relational? How
Yeah.
do we move past
Yeah.
transactional,
Yeah.
right? And how do we move past, like, let's just do this one thing real quick? But I think that you guys are really going to benefit from that approach.
Right.
How do you feel you've benefited already thus far?
So I think, so, me personally, I've been here for about a year, and yes, we talk about it here a lot, that there's like two modes happening here. One, which is like, woo, it's 2021, let's get things happening here. But behind the scenes, it's let's make sure we are having regular conversation with Langston, with Wanawari, with, Suquamish tribe, with, Muckleshoot, because next year, the year after, 5 years from now, that's when we'll benefit from understanding what the needs are, what the vision, what the dreams are for this space, right? Yes, we can get groups to do things fast here, and that's great, and that's valuable. But at the same time, I would say the other work is slow. Takes resources, takes time, staffing, money, all of that. And so I would say we see that in some of the events that will happen. Like tonight, we're going to have Reverend Dollars from KEXP out here from 4:30 to 7:30, right? So we have these things that we can happen here. But in the future, I would also love for folks who are programming here to also dream and think about, what can we do here? Can we have someone like the ballet work with Totem Star? Like, how do we do these mashups in the future? Because we want folks to have experience out here and really see what the possibilities are. So
That's beautiful.
You got a mixtape collection, don't you?
Yeah.
Huh? You do.
I was like, wow, it's
I get you. It's like,
You know
I
what I'm
can
saying,
tell by the vibe. It's like, yo, we can mix this and that, mash it up. I was like, I
Mashups.
bet you got some mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, when we have partnership, we do ask, like, it's like, great, that was a great event, but also like, what do you think about for next time? Like, what did you notice? What did you notice what people liked? What were you inspired by? Let's think about the next.
Well, you guys are learning on the fly and being very intentional about it, Yoon. I mean, I think that that's really going to benefit us as a city when we talk about, the waterfront being such a huge tourist attraction. It always has been, right? And there's been little tourist booths up along the waterfront because people got their pamphlets out. They want to get them from here to Seattle Center, from here to, to the market. All of those things are really important. But I think that, you guys showing that intentionality in the beginning in terms of your approach, it's really going to pay off big. I'm looking forward to it, Yoon.
And I invite you the same thing, right? If you have an idea, right?
Hey,
if you have an idea.
Full of ideas.
Listen,
you'll be hearing from me.
Hey, Yoon done said the wrong thing now.
I know, right? You'll be like, remember the thing that
If you
said?
have an idea, it's a big blank canvas out here. I got a lot of ideas.
For sure, we do.
All right, we're going to be coming at you. Yoon, before we let you go here, anything else that you want people to know?
I want the ideas, right?
Want the ideas,
Come
man.
and
Bring
enjoy.
me the
I mean,
ideas.
I have to say, some of, we're open. Come here, pull up a seat, look at the water, do that, right? Come say hi, all of that. And to Sarneshea's point, all of you, this is our collective waterfront, right? We got to change the story about how we understand this site.
That's it. Good
Y'all
stuff.
heard it from Yoon here herself. Come and enjoy the waterfront. It's yours.
Thank you.
All right, Yoon, thank you for joining us.
you.
We're going to take a quick break right now. Is that Mama T-Dub over there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mama T-Dub is in the building, so that must mean that Takiyah is in the building as well. And, man, we've been talking about art and artists. And, I think Takiyah might have some of the most appearances on the Morning Update show, going a year back, all the way to June from last year, the mural and everything.
Yeah, one of our top artists, man, in the city, man, coming in hot.
All right, we're going to take a break right now. We come back. We're talking to Takiyah T-Dub Ward. You're watching the Morning Update show.
Hey, everybody. We all know that COVID-19 has had a major impact on everything this year, even energy bills. Puget Sound Energy understands the ongoing struggle that's facing its customers. And this is why they're offering a COVID bill assistance program of up to $2,500 per qualified customer. If you or anyone you know are currently behind on energy bills, please contact PSC today to discuss all of the assistance options available. Visit psc.com/COVID to learn more.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington State are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free, and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
Welcome back to the Morning Update Show, everybody. Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let me just jump in here. I'm gonna let everybody know this, but this is my role though, so you know it's okay. Whenever it comes like this in the camera configuration, and one camera has to move around, best believe all the production staff know they bet not touch Trey Holiday's camera. So people sitting there at home be like, wow, every time they cut the Trey, it's just right there. They cut the camera moves. We know. Trey be laughing and smiling. You touch your camera and see whose fingers get broken. Anyways, back to you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome back. Anywho, I'm so excited to have T-Dub joining us right now. I mean, honestly, you've been so on fire, man. You know, the minute I met you, you were so steeped in community. And what has it been for you? I mean, because now artists in residence at the Waterfront, it seems like a real heavy title. But how has it been for you thus far?
It's been amazing. The Friends of Waterfront Seattle put together a call for artists, asking for people to come and figure out ways to curate at the space artistically. I answered the call. I was the person chosen, and it was an amazing experience. Definitely, it's been a wild ride.
Well, before I pass the I mean, one of the things that they said that I really appreciated was the intentionality about not just having you come down, because I remember hearing this announcement and going, remember, I text you like, congrats, oh my God, but I didn't know what it meant exactly, right? And so just listening to Yoon and Sarneshea, so much of their approach is about being intentional to bring people from the community into this entire design of how they're going to start approaching programming and approaching things like bringing artists in and local folks in. And so I think, you know, in terms of your experience thus far for you, that intentionality, how does that play out in the role that you're playing here at the Waterfront?
Yeah, I definitely think it was, you know, what needed to happen. I think given the fact that, you know, where we are now in the world and like the whole sort of like situation of like having people that do things that have experience, and being the fact that I've never done anything curatorial before, and Friends of Waterfront took a chance on me and we were able to do something amazing. And you know, we had a lot of bumps in the roads, a lot of wallowing, a lot of pivoting, but we were able to make and curate something that was beneficial for so many different groups. We were very intentional about making sure that all cultures were represented, all age groups, all the demographics were here, and we ended up putting together 3 activations actually, past, present, and future, that sort of spoke to those times. And I'm super happy with what came out. I'm so thankful to Friends of Waterfront and Vivian Phillips for their support through the whole process. What started out was supposed to be a 3-month activation ended up going a little bit longer, but I think the final product was definitely worth, you know, the lapse in time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yo, what's artists in residence or residents and artists? Man, what does that mean? Because when I think of residency, I think like how Usher's down there at the Caesar's Palace for like, you know what I'm saying, 6 months. You know, he's in residency there. You know, catch me every week or something. Like, what does that mean? And does that mean like you're exclusive here to the Friends of the Waterfront? I just want to know.
Yeah, so that particular residency was initially a 3-month residency, and the programming or the concept behind it is to have an artist curate experiences, artistic experiences in the space. So I took what was, I think, supposed to be one activation and turned it into 3, which made it a little bit longer. But again, I think we got a really great product out of it. And so, yeah, I worked with Friends of Waterfront over the few months of last year. We curated 3 different experiences. They helped me sort of like figure out all the logistics and technology behind it, the behind the scenes, the production of it, and just really supported me in creating, making sure that my vision came to life the way I saw it.
Right, and one of the things was Future Forward, right?
Future Forward, yes.
Future Forward, I think we got a quick slide up there. Oh, you can keep talking. She's going to put up on the screen.
Yeah.
What's Future Forward all about?
Future Forward, I think, is just about like what it says, bringing the future forward and making sure that we're taking steps to do things differently so that we get different outcomes with regard to public art, with regard to public spaces and how they're activated, who gets to be here, who, you know, feels welcome here, who feels at home in these spaces, and just trying to, you know, take a different type of approach to what, you know, city planning and things like that look like.
I love that. And, you know, as you talk about city planning, I mean, one of the things that I got to say is you stay connected to the city.
Yeah.
I mean, and really to the community. Also, I mean, he's right. Community gets used in a broad term. But I got to say this, you know, and put you out there a little bit because, you know, T-Dub and I have a good relationship. And, you know, the minute that it's like we need a design for something or, hey, we really need an artist, I'm able to call you up and you're like, you know what, let me fit that in. Let me work this out.
Absolutely.
And I just got to ask you, you know, how is it for you to stay connected and plugged into your community, even as these amazing kind of like big opportunities come for you? You know, we talked about, you know, you being with Lake Union Partners and being there and, you know, being very intentional for them to say, we need to have your voice and your aesthetic represented in the ways that we're doing buildings and redevelopment. But now Friends of Waterfront too.
Yeah.
But you do not lose sight of your community.
Yeah, you ain't out here big timing, are you?
Nah. I mean,
like what's happening?
T-Dub stays accessible. I just had to ask
I mean,
about
man,
it.
what's up? You still getting chicken from Quick Pack?
Yeah,
you know
right?
what I'm saying? Like,
I don't eat chicken, but we had Catfish Corner on a daily.
There we
so,
go.
Cool.
yeah, no, community is definitely important for me. I'm born and raised in Seattle, Washington. My mom was born here. My mom, Mama T-Dub, is in the building.
Mama T-Dub,
T-Dub,
what's
hey.
happening?
The number one supporter. So, you know, we keep it rooted in the city, and I think it's important too when spaces change and when economics and those things are put to the forefront. It's so important to make sure that we're keeping true to home and keeping true to what made this space what it was, what made it viable. The CD, the Historically Black Central District, made the city viable, you know, and those spaces need to be honored and they need to be revered in those types of ways. The people as well, and so I'm super thankful for all the opportunities that I've been given as a person from Seattle to be able to represent on this scale. And so, you know, having the transplants and people that are moving here come here and see a Seattle artist doing big things is very important.
Yeah. No, you're doing big things for sure.
Yeah. Before we let you go, we're gonna get the mic right here.
Yep.
Right? So people can hear you loud and clear.
Most def.
You can tell people what's up next and how people can keep up with you, follow your
sure.
art, Instagram, things like that.
Yep, I'm on Instagram at TDub Customs. That's TDUBCUSTOMS. Same name on all platforms. Also a part of Vivid Matter Collective. We'll be repainting our mural or touching up our mural on Monday, so we're gonna be out on the streets. Come by and say what's up.
Now, most of the viewers are hip, but for ones that aren't, you can let them know what is the mural.
Oh, so the Black Lives Matter mural on Capitol Hill, we were a part of that. Vivid Matter Collective created that mural. We're going to be out there with the city touching it up. Yeah, it was one of the other big things that we did last year. So it was a busy year last year, but we're taking it all in stride and making sure that, you know, it stays community rooted. It stays in, you know, rooted in the truth of what this moment is and what we want the time to be. And yeah, just showing up and showing out.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, you're truly making history, T-Dub. And,
Thank you.
you know, just shout out to you for staying plugged in and connected. I love you so dearly.
Love you too.
You know this.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm so excited for all that you have going on. And really, I'm glad that you could be here with us today to
Me
share.
too, me
you know,
too.
to share because
Yeah.
honestly, the folks need to know who this person is
Yeah,
right here.
we got more to come, so stay
Absolutely.
tuned.
All right.
Definitely.
Takiyah T-Dub Ward and Mama T-Dub. Hey, Mama T-Dub over there raising the roof.
Stay ready.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a break. We come back. We have Jordan Remington. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show right here on the waterfront at Pier 62. And joining us now is Jordan Remington, the Community Engagement for Friends at the Waterfront. Welcome, Jordan.
Hello, good morning.
Hey.
Excited to be here.
Excited to have you. Yeah.
So, Jordan,
Yes.
they told us that you was all about the detail. You know, Yoon threw you under the bus. Yoon was like, yo, I get to get here and talk about moon and stars and capabilities and possibilities. Jordan's going to tell you all the specifics. So what's going on with the programming over here?
Yeah, so we have a lot going on this summer. So tonight, we're starting with Beats and Eats, which is a KEXP event where there'll be a food truck down here, like a beer garden. DJ Reverend Dollars is going to be down here doing the music. It's going to be very exciting. Next week, next Saturday, there's a K-pop or a Korean market festival happening. And then after that, we have 206 Zulu doing their Beatmasters.
Oh, wow. And tomorrow, there's a whole block party,
Yes.
day party.
Yeah, we're back here tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
4 o'clock for the block party.
Yeah, so I mean, we welcome everyone to come down for that. It's really our way of just sort of like welcoming everyone to the space. Now that it's open, open during COVID, so kind of a weird time.
Well, and on the programming for like these specific kind of events and things like that are kind of easy to pop up. How do people, is it that you guys are seeking out? I know that Yoon said, hey, like the door is open, let's talk about ideas and things like that. But how accessible are you in your office for someone who wants to come in and potentially program here?
Yeah, I mean, there's like sort of several ways that people can sort of get in contact with us. We have like a form on our website, or people can just send us emails and we'll set up a meeting with them, see what they want to do, and see if we can make it happen.
All right, so you talked about everything that's in the immediate few days. Out there on the calendar in a bit, what are you excited about that you've looked? I'm sure, you're going to say you're excited about everything. It's all good. But what are you really excited about that's on the calendar maybe over the next few months coming here?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited. Salmon Homecoming will be coming back this year. They had to pause last year because of COVID, and they're very excited to use this new space. And that's a huge Native festival that's been happening for many years now. So coastal protocols, powwows, canoe landings. It's all very exciting. And then the other big thing that I'm really excited for is I'm working on an Indigiqueer festival.
Wow.
So, recognizing sort of the intersections of indigenous identities and queer identities. And so we're going to have like drag queens, we're going to have organizations down here.
Oh, word, that sounds like it's going to be lit.
It's going to be fun. Everyone should come down for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, people should know too that there's really a rich history of like two-spirit in the indigenous cultures too. So I love that you guys are looking at the intersectionality of these things, being that we're right here on indigenous land. So that's exciting, Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, it's very important. I mean, the Zila Lich was down there. Baba Quab was just right up here. If you just look over those mountains, that's where my people's land is. It's just across the mountains over there. So yeah, I mean, that's a big thing, like especially for me in this program.
We're over there on the other side of the mountains.
I'm from the Quileute Nation, so if you've ever been to like La Push,
Yeah.
I have a friend who oftentimes says we have the smallest reservation, but we have the
No,
prettiest
so hold
reservation.
on, so no,
There we
but
go.
hold on. That's the reservation you go to right there when you get to La Push, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, man, I was just there last year. You know, Big O be all over the state. I got that. I got the pictures, everything. You're right. It's a very, very small reservation there. Where you get out there and then you look right out into the Pacific Ocean. And you see, yeah, come on, man.
Beautiful.
I'm with you. Next time you go, let me know. I'll roll out there with you.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I've been just kind of asking everybody from Friends at the Waterfront how important it is that you guys are engaged in community. And with that being a part of your title, I mean, clearly you're talking about some of these opportunities to be engaged. How has that been for you, Jordan, in terms of staying connected to community and making sure that they're a part of this space?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important, and especially I think a huge part of my work is also doing work outside of Friends. So, being able to really be out there in community, getting to know these organizations, and I think the more you're in community, the more you're able to sort of welcome them in, and get them down into the space and let them do their thing down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think within Friends, doing the reach out, but also being embedded in the community outside of Friends as well is very important.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Lots of good programming this weekend. Why don't you go over it one more time before we let you go?
Yeah, so this weekend we have Beats and Eats starting at 4 p.m. today. And then we have our block party on Saturday from 4 to 7, and we welcome everyone down to that.
Beautiful. And just so folks know, I mean, how can they find this list of upcoming programming? Do you guys have a calendar? Is there a way that people can stay engaged with what's coming up?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, waterfrontparkseattle.org, or you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. I think that's actually probably the best way to get your information from it. And that's at Friends of Waterfront Seattle on Instagram and Facebook.
Right on.
This is good stuff. You think I'm joking? We going out to La Push.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on, man. I've been all over this state. I love it out there. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Look, we're going to let you go because we're getting up on the end of the show. You hear this? So now we heard the ferry, and now there's the train, too. You got to love it downtown, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got everything down here.
Yeah, everything is down here. Jordan, thank you for joining us. And you'll be hearing from us, especially around programming, because I know a lot of people are going to reach out to us and be like, hey, and we're going to be connecting the dots. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, me and Trey Holiday are wrapping it up from right here at Pier 62. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show, what's been a great show right here from Pier 62, and this was nice. We need to just make this our permanent set, huh?
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. Oh, when it's sunny like this and we get to see the beautiful mountain range and the water, I got to be honest, man, I'm not missing our cooped up studio right now, brother.
I'm not missing the studio either. And you know what they've done here, Friends of the Waterfront, it's also a partnership with Seattle Parks Department.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's important to bring up Seattle Parks Department too, because that means Seattle Parks Department, sometimes they're all over on the radar here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's the best thing is that we're in a position here to always be objective and all, you know what I'm saying? And always just call it like we see it. And I mean, this is the end result of a fantastic collaboration, and the dedicated people over there at Parks, the Office of the Waterfront, Friends of the Waterfront. But, you know, a lot of times, especially these days, when it comes to Seattle parks, it's always like, you know, something negative. It's something on, you know, these other issues that are impacting the city. So we get an opportunity, like I said, to just call it like we see it. We got to give a big shout out as well to the team over at Seattle Parks Department, because this is an amazing space.
It really is, and I think collaboration really works best and works key to spaces like this, to making sure that what they're talking about wanting to do, being intentional about coming into community. I remember being at Africatown. They just came down like, hey, what is it y'all want to see? And that was in the beginnings. So it's really beautiful for me to really just see the fruition of all of that dedication to community. You know, for me, I think that that's really crucial, and I love the design, man. I can't wait until 2024 when they break ground on all of that they're trying to make happen, man. Here, it's gonna be great.
2024. Sarneshea said it'll be wrapped up, so we'll be down here kicking it.
You know it, man.
You already said tomorrow you're coming with your drink and your two-step.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I got my two-step ready. You got your two-step ready?
My two-step stay ready. Mama T Dub look like she got the drink and the two.
Right, today.
Yeah, we finna go.
I love it.
All right
Absolutely.
now. So we got Chats with Trey today at 2:00.
Yeah, Chats with Trey today coming up at 2:00. Was able to catch up with Doré Conley of Doré's Couture Collection, and I can't wait for you guys to see some of the amazing stuff that he's bringing back from Ghana, sitting right there at Platinum Plush. So check it out today, Chats with Trey at 2 p.m.
All right, we're getting ready to button it up, Trey Holiday.
Yeah.
Any last words for our audience?
You guys know me, man. I love to keep my message consistent for all of y'all. And you guys can see here, Friends at the Waterfront is being very intentional about not just having a job, but saying, how can we embed ourselves in community? How can we be a part of the community and bring that experience to the job? As Jordan just said there earlier, that is so important to be out in community. And all of that is what allows for us to have robust solutions in community, from community, by community, for community. So I'm just saying, I'm so inspired by what they're doing in their approach. Man, you guys be inspired. Find yourself as part of some amazing solution.
All right, good stuff. Before we get out of here, I want to give a big thank you, of course, to, like I said, Friends of the Waterfront, the Office of the Waterfront, Seattle Parks Department. Also to our production team. Like, these guys have been working, really the last month and a half. From the first week of June, we spent a week up there on Capitol Hill. We were out there at Rainier Beach. We were here. We were somewhere. We've been a few places. We move around a lot. And these broadcast professionals make magic every day. So
you guys, can we get a hand for the crew out here, man? You know, come on, give it up for these guys working hard.
Yeah, so no doubt. And that's Jake Gravbrot, Steve Hickey, Ike Everard, Curtis Cuddy Delgado, and of course our director, Alia D'Alessandro. Right? Also want to thank our audience. I mean, we got a fantastic audience, man. These guys, they show up and they show out everywhere we go around the city. So don't go anywhere. Make sure that we get our photo, okay? We'll get a picture here in a second. Guys, it's been fantastic. Make sure you check out Chats with Trey at 2:00. And then also we have Truly Unruly we have Weird at Night, Saturday at 10 o'clock. We have Truly Unruly Sunday at 8 o'clock. And we got GTFO this week, huh? Yeah, and we have Get the F Outside. Still getting used to that. Get the Friends Outside. There we go. GTFO, presented by Jake Gravbrot, and that is Sunday at 7 p.m. So it's a lot of stuff going on. We're overtime, so we'll get out of here. Want to remind everybody to go forward in your purpose, go forward in your humanity, and until Monday at 11 a.m., peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the
Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun.